And next is Mohamad Shapie from UiTM. He is going to speak about Silat education for young migrants in Malaysia. Please give him a warm welcome.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lee Kang Yok. Honorary guests for today, my name is Mohamad Nizam Mohamed Shapie. I'm the Associate Professor from Faculty of Sports Science and Recreation, Universiti Teknologi MARA, Selangor. Okay. So, I will discuss and show you the wonder of Silat through the training. Okay, but the topics today that given to me is how I connect with the migrants in Malaysia to show them how to do Silat properly and the way how it is help others to build their self-esteem and also to push for their career development. So Silat is a form of martial arts of the Malay race who are inhabitants the southern part of Asian continent covering the Malay archipelago from the Easter Island in the east to Madagascar Island in the west. So Silat is widely practiced in Malaysia and has been inscribed as a cultural heritage by UNESCO. However, there are limited information of the achievement of Silat worldwide. So what I can say here is that Silat is different from the other martial arts and with these unique movement patterns. There's unique, based on the geometrical lines. So it's based on geometrical line, the line of our body, right? That's Silat. And the human anatomy movements, right? So according to the Malay dictionary, the Malaysian dictionary or Kamus Dewan we call it in Malaysia, so Silat is a game that requires agility to attack and defend. The term was coined during a time where Silat was presented as a game to save the practice from being discovered by colonists. So it's just camouflage. At the same time, it instilled a love for Silat as a traditional cultural practice and a form of resistance against colonialism. The movement of Silat comprises beautiful and aesthetic movements with a deadly move. So the establishment of Persekutuan Silat Olahraga Federation or Pesonamalaysia was approved in May 2020 under the Sport Commission of Malaysia office, which laid the fundamental establishing the first international federation in Malaysia known as World Silat Federations. So as you know, Silat is different than Pencak Silat. This is what people need to know. There's two forms of different forms, okay? So the Pertubuhan Seni Gayung Fatani Malaysia, or we call it as PSGFM, a Silat organization that develops and conduct the activities of Malay Silat as a whole. Okay, when you say whole, it means cultural, sporting activities, developments of Silat curriculum, research and developments, martial arts promotion, and etc. So this is the guy. This is my guru. This is my Grandmaster, the one that teach me how I can develop my career. Okay, since I was small. Okay, so this is the late Rahim, Abdul was the founder of PSGFM, a responsible figure to establish, develop, and spread the original Malay Silat form known as Silat Pulut or Gayung Pulut. All right. And we go to migrant. According to the International Organization of Migration, IOM, there is no universal accepted definition for migrant. No. However, IOM defined migrant as an umbrella term, not defined under the international law, reflecting the common understanding of a person who moves away from his or her place of usual residence, whether within a country or across an international border, temporarily or permanently, and for a variety of reasons, including study abroad. So, I'm not going to focus on the definition itself, it's just sharing the experience with the migrant. Okay, so why we go for Silat Tempur and Silat Olahraga? This is the way how we push for the development of the migrant in Malaysia, especially if they want to learn Silat, okay, through the competitions. Okay, so there's two competitions in the world of Silat. One is Silat Olahraga and the one is Silat Tempur. So Silat Olahraga is the sport that existed in the midst of development of thousands of Silat schools in PJ Lego, whereas Silat Tempur is a mini Silat Olahraga sports that focus to the children aged between 7 to 13 years old, where you can see from here, okay, is 7 meters here inside here and 2 meters. It's similar like fencing, you know. So the children learn the straight way, the pathway, right? So they fight here, okay, the red and the blue corner. So they fight here, right? So the high intensity and intermittent nature in Silat Olahraga suggested that the competition was not appropriate to children. This is based on my study in 2008 in UK. It was reported that even in non-contact martial arts training, enthusiastic blocking technique may lead to bruising of the forearms. Okay, this is the Silat Olahraga, right? It's quite big for children to cover with the whole of technique. Imagine your daughter at 7 years old. Okay, you need to fight in a round of this. I'm not sure about. I know the reason behind other combat sports, but for us, when we look at the intensity of Silat, okay, so we create the Silat Tempur. For that, the children can develop. Okay, what else the children know at 7 years old, 8 years old? Kicking, punching, right? Unless if the father or the mother is the grandmaster of those some things, that's different. But we are talking here about common people, normal people that come to training of Silat once a week, right? It's different. So the arena of Silat Olahraga is bigger compared to one straight line for Silat Tempur. The arena of Silat Tempur is similar to the fencing platform which aim to ease the exponent to perform the simple Silat techniques such as punching and kicking in competitions. So the best experimental is to yourself and to my daughter. This is my daughter. Right? Okay. Right, but I'm not sure about this. Okay. Should be a video there just now. Okay, this is my daughter Elisa. All right. The video works. Now, straight line. It's just a simple technique, kicking and punching. Okay, to develop their self-esteem. Okay. Alright. The movement of both Silat exponent will be controlled for 4 consecutive strikes for each exponent and limited to avoid injury. The competition was in line with the National Seni Silat curriculum, which emphasized on blocks, punches, and kicks for the first 2 levels, which is from white belt to blue belt and the blue belt to brown belt. So the curriculum of Seni Silat Malaysia, or SSM, consists of 7 levels, including topics in every level, which are bunga, jurus, berlebat, tapak, buah pukulan, tempur seni, and tempur bela diri. The bunga is the flowery movement of the silats. The jurus is like when you do the pomsi, the kata, all right? And then the berlebat is the way shadow play, when you do the shadow play. And then the tapak is the floor pattern movements when you do it alone. And then, or the way you receive the attack. And then buah pukulan is the self-defense. And tempur seni is the soft combat. And the tempur bela diri is the hard combat. So 7 levels in the SSM belting system, started from white to black belt, will rank up to another 10 levels up. So let's see. Those 2 lads, boys are from Australia. They train with the Malaysian girls and boys. Okay, the first case study, the first case that I would like to share with you guys is a migrant from Australia, right? The author taught Silat for Muhammad Basir and Abdullah Basir, who registered their Silat class in Malaysia, with Malaysian Silat Academy in Shah Alam, Selangor. For 2 years, they immersed themselves in intensive Silat training to achieve the highest rank. So they came 3 to 4 times a week. Their father is the Amazon something developer, so works from country to country. So they went to Malaysia and they want to learn Silat. And then, not only that, they started competing in Silat Tempur competition in 2017. Both competed in the first World Silat League in 2018. This is the world's first Silat League. Become the champion in their respective categories. And that's the father, all right? That's the mother. Both of them are from Sydney, Australia. At the end of 2018, they successfully underwent the 6th level of Seni Silat Malaysia before leaving Malaysia to study in Morocco. The ceremony of achievement in Silat was celebrated at FEST, Morocco in 2019, when the author was in Viseu, Portugal, to present his research in the Silat at IMEX International Conference. So I was there and give the certificates in Morocco. Right, this is the photos when we are in Morocco to give the right bar achievement, the 6th. This is intensive training during the Ramadan, during the fasting. Okay, this is in Morocco, right? And this is the Fes. It's a big city in the Fes. You only allowed to walk inside there, right? Okay, so you park outside here. Cannot go inside the city by car. You cannot. All right. Then this is the father. All right, the one that want to instill the Silat to them, right, to the children. Okay, this is about the migrant from Syria, the refugees are hot. They come to Malaysia for the protection, all right. So the presenter taught Silat to Sedrat Al-Muntaha Ismail and Saria Ismail. That's me. This is Sedrat Al-Muntaha. This is Saria Ismail. This is the father. The father works as chef. Okay, this is the mother. The father came during the Syria war 2012, and then the mother got away from Syria in 2015. Right, 3 years, and then the boys and girls came in. Right, so the main objective to learn Silat for them is for self-defense. Currently, they are in level 3. They travel every week on Saturday from Belakong to Shah Alam, where our training center is 37 kilometer distance to learn Silat. So 37 kilometers, come in and then go back every week. So both only started competing in Silat Tempur in 2019. So Sidrat competed in 3 series and won 2. She was awarded the best junior athlete for each of the series she won. She won the first and fourth series 2019. Sarah was still adapting for the competition and lost in 1 or 2 matches in each series. It's not easy because to win the Silat Tempur you need to fight 4 to 5. Imagine they are children, they need to fight. So we instill that so that they can develop to the Silat olahraga. So what is the benefits? Okay? The benefit is the opportunity for migrants to learn and experience the official martial arts of Malaysia, enable them to easily blend in Malay culture such as language, customs, arts, music, moral and values of Malay civilizations. The most important to me is the language. If you go and master the language that you reside in that country, you are okay, right? You need the language barrier, right? So with Silats, because it's in Malays, so they can blend nicely to the community, especially during the Silat Tempur competitions, because there are coaches there, there are grandmasters there, there are parents there, and then the official is there. So after 2 or 3 competitions, series of competition, they are okay to mingle around with bahasa the Malaysian languages. That's the best of it, right? It's not easy, but when you speak up, people know that you appreciate their language. So it's easily for those community of Silats to accept them to the community. And then interacting, like I mentioned just now, in Malays with locals, particularly during the Silat competition, award dinners and interactive season form a strong bond between those involved in Silats. So there's 4 times a year national competition for Silat Tempur, and at the end of the year there will be like awards celebration, national Silat awards. So we give the achievers the awards during that time. Okay. Then the Silat training developed the young migrants' moral values, self-confidence, and discipline to become matured and resilient individuals. This is in line with the Malay Silat philosophy, sikap pendeka, that instill in the Silat education system. So I will read to you guys. I will read to you what is the sikap pendeka or the warrior attitudes in Malays. Okay. I think many of you guys, if you did not hear this before, so I will read to you. So, the warrior attitude is a human being who has rare knowledge. They are skillful in Silat, both internally and externally. So, inner, spiritual and physical, according to the Malay customs, arts and culture in parallel with the Islamic canon law. One that use his knowledge and craft at the right place for justice and peace with a calm soul, possessed of a spirit of chivalrous, majestic warrior. That's the warrior attitudes in Malays. So, I would like to thank you for your time. This is the reference that I've used, and there are more inside the papers, articles. I'm happy to receive any comments. Okay, right, and kamsahamnida.
Thank you, Professor Shapie, for sharing your experiences with migrants in Malaysia. It's particularly meaningful that Silat is a good way for migrants to assimilate with local culture and language.